Good evening, everyone. LauncesMechanist here, bringing you another World of Warships Legends video. I thought of doing a stream, but I didn't know if I was going to catch any good games. But today is April 2nd, 2024. Yesterday, on April 1st, 2024, Lieutenant Commander Conter, retired U.S. Navy, passed away at the age of 102. He was the last survivor of the ship you now see here, the USS Arizona. Lieutenant Commander Conter joined the United States Navy as a quartermaster in, let me see where my notes are here. He joined the United States Navy on November 15th, 1939, and was a native of Denver, Colorado, completed basic training in San Diego, California, and was quartermaster third class on board the USS Arizona. Let's see, on the morning of December 7th, Quartermaster Conter was on watch on the quarterdeck between the third turret and the main deck. So, right about here. Yeah, third turret and main deck, right about there. Let's see. When the ship was attacked by Japanese torpedo planes and bombers at 8 a.m. 5 minutes later, Arizona was struck by a 1,760-pound or 800-kilogram bomb between the first and second turrets right there, which ignited the ship's ammunition magazine. The explosion was so powerful it blew the ship's bow off and lifted it out of the water. This, of course, was recorded on video, and also is one of the most infamous and famous videos and pictures of the attack on Pearl Harbor. Was the destruction of the Arizona. The explosion knocked Conter over and killed and injured many others. As the ship burned and started to sink, she was hit by more bombs and torpedoes. Meanwhile, he was helping his fellow wounded sailors, keeping them from jumping into the burning oil-covered water of the harbor. Conter himself was already knee-deep in water when the captain gave the order to abandon ship, and he went to the lifeboats. USS Arizona sank in 9 minutes, taking the lives of 1,177 of her crew. Her 334 survivors struggled to escape the burning ruins of the ship, and Conter saved several of them by pulling them out of the water into his lifeboat before rowing to shore. Following the attack, Lou Conter spent several weeks helping put out fires and recovering the bodies of the fallen. With the United States effectively in World War II, and as a direct, Conter was selected for and entered naval flight training as a Naval Aviation Cadet, or NAVCAD. He received his Naval Aviator's wings and enlisted as an enlisted naval aviation pilot in November 1942, participating in several nighttime bombing raids, flying a PBY-5 Catalina with Patrol Squadron 11, VP-11, which was known as the Black Cats. In the South Pacific, he was shot down twice over the Pacific during his time, but managed to use a raft to row to shore on both occasions. Later commissioned as an ensign, he went on to serve in the New Guinea campaign and in the European theater by the end of the war. During this time, he reached the rank of lieutenant and was a recipient of the Distinguished Flying Cross and the Navy Commendation Medal with Combat V device. At the end of World War II, he returned to California where he had completed his basic training back in '39 and joined the Naval Reserve, and was recalled to active duty during the Cold War. Conter saw action again during the Korean War in the 1950s, serving on the aircraft carrier USS Bonhomme Richard. Conter decided to remain on active duty and eventually retired from the Navy in December of 1967, having reached the rank of lieutenant commander. After retiring, he became a real estate developer in California and wrote a book about his life, the Lou Conter story, in 2021. He turned 100 the same year. Following the death of Ken Potts in April 2023, Conter became the last known survivor of the sinking of the USS Arizona and died at his home in Grass Valley, California on April 1st, 2024 at the age of 102. As you can see. Now then, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the ship. Loadouts, of course. We have the high explosive shells and armor piercing shells. Consumables, we've got a damage control party, a repair party, and a spotter plane equipped. We also have our boosters equipped. We have our Pearl Harbor, I think it's the Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day flag from 2022. I don't have a newer one or a flag specifically for California, so please forgive me for that. Let's see. Survivability, hit points 57,200, armor ranging from 13 to 457 millimeters with a 42% torpedo damage reduction. Artillery, 4 triple mount 356 millimeter main guns. These, I believe, are the 14-inch guns. Yeah, these are 14-inch guns. Okay. These have an effective firing range of 15.9 kilometers, a reload time of 32 seconds, a turn time, 180 turn time of 36.5 seconds. HE shell damage is 5,000 with a 30% chance to set fire, and AP shell max damage is 10,300. Secondary mods, secondary armaments, she has 8 single mount 5-inch guns with a range of 4 kilometers, reload time of 4.5 seconds, HE shell damage of 1,800, and a 9% chance to set fire. These guns are located, these guns are located here in the casemates. And let's get back there. And 10 single 5-inch guns Mark 7. Reload time of 7 seconds. HE damage 1,800 with a 6% chance to set fire. Okay. AA defense. She has 8 single mount 50 caliber Browning M2s doing a damage of 30 per second with a range of 1.2 kilometers. 4 quad 28 millimeter Mark 2s doing 27 per second at a range of 3.1, and her 5-inch guns get in on the action, dealing 58 damage a second with a range of 4.2. Maneuverability, her max speed is 21.6 knots with this build. Turning circle radius is 640 meters. Rudder shift time is 12.4 seconds. Concealment, default detectability is 13.6. This is 15.9 after firing main guns, 15.6 when you're on fire. Detectability by air is 11.4. 18.5 after firing main guns, 14.4 when you're on fire. As always, guaranteed detectability is 2 kilometers, and your smoke firing penalty is 12.3 kilometers. Armor-wise, for an American dreadnought, she is rather lightly armored. However, let's see. Let's go ahead and take everything off. Her bow her bow and aft section armor, her keel plating is 40 millimeters thick. Forward end plating is 25 millimeters thick. Fore end athwart ship, that's the bulkhead at either side. I think that's her torpedo blisters. The bulkheads to those. Those are 203 millimeters. The fore end deck is 25 millimeters. Her aft end, her stern section, the keel is 40. Aft end armor belt, that's the extended armor belt, that's about 203. Aft end deck is 25. Aft end plating is 25. And again, her bulkheads, which you can see there in red, are 203. She has torpedo protection that runs the length of the ship. It is 26 millimeters thick. These are massive torpedo blisters that protect the ship from any damage. Superstructure armor. She's got topside plating or roof plating of 16 millimeters. Let's see. And side plating of 16. Her conning tower. That's the command center. That's the command structure there. The topside plating is 203 millimeters. The bottom, the floor, is 76 millimeters. And the side is 406 millimeters. She has casemate armor, and she has a turtleback that protects the citadel. See, athwart ship bulkheads are 330. That's the other 330 casemate or bulkhead. The armor belt ranges from 203 to 343. And her deck ranges from 51 to 120 millimeters. Next up, her armament. The top plate for the turrets. The top of the turrets is 127 millimeters, so 5 inches of armor there. The rear plate is 229 millimeters. Side plate is 229 to 254. Bottom plate, the flooring, is 51 millimeters. Her barbette armor ranges from 114 inside of the ship to 330 outside of the ship. And of course, the frontal plate is a very thick 457 millimeters. Last, we have an auxiliary room. Well, not exactly lastly. The deck is 25 millimeters solid all the way across. Her bulkhead athwart ships are 13 millimeters. That's at the fore and aft end of the ship. She's got some plating along the side, ranging from 25 on the top to 37 where the armor belt starts. And then finally we have her citadel. Her citadel is somewhat raised out of the water, but she's got that turtleback to protect it, but it is a very thick citadel, a very long citadel. The citadel armored deck slopes, that's the sides on the inside of the turtleback, they are 51 millimeters thick. The citadel bottom, the keel, is 40. The torpedo bulkhead that rests outside of the torpedo protection is 115 millimeters thick. Her deck, the citadel deck, is 38 millimeters. And her bulkheads are both 203. Well, the front one goes from 203 to 330. But the rear bulkhead is 203 solid. Overview. She is agile with the above average ability to turn direction, sure shot shells with a good ballistic trajectory, maintain velocity, making aiming easier, but she is slow with a below average movement speed. She is a dreadnought. A U.S. Navy battleship with a conventional layout with 2 turrets forward and 2 aft, and her armor distributed according to the all or nothing concept. She was designed to engage enemy ships at long range. By the outbreak of World War II, the ship received more firepower, more torpedo protection, which slightly reduced her maneuverability. She entered service in 1916, and she was the second of the class. The leading ship of her class was Pennsylvania. She was the second and last ship of the Pennsylvania class. All right. Now then, as for our commander, let's see, we are running Azure Lane, Colorado. I have her rank 15, Legendary 2, with inspirations by John Arbuthnot Fisher and Charles Madden to reduce the reload time and increase the range and traverse speed. Let's see, base trait is Focused Assault, battleship main reload time reduced by 2.98%, shell grouping increased by 2.97. We have Not One for the Nuisance, which is maxed out, reduces the risk of catching fire by 8%, and it reduces flooding and torpedo damage to Citadel by 8%. We've got Crisscross, which increases our traverse speed. Well, yeah, because I don't really like the idea of lowering her speed anymore. Then let's see. We've got Marksmanship, which increases our rudder shift time but reduces our dispersion even further. Then we've got her unique skill, Courageous Shelling, which main battery reload after your first shot of the battle and every following third shot is reduced by 17%. And then, of course, we've got Fight Fire with Fire, which reduces the fire damage by 3%. And automatically triggers when your damage con is on cooldown and there are 3 concurrent fires. Alright. We'll get into some action and see what we can get into.
Minaの活躍に期待する。気負ってミスをしないようにな。この時を待ちわびていた。全艦、このビッグセブンに続け。敵を確認。注意して対処を。
All stations reporting the position of a strategic target. Acknowledged. 煙幕を求む。союзники,
敵巡洋艦。仕掛ける。
на вражеском корабле.
敵巡洋艦を撃沈。私たちが発動戦果か。よくやった。これくらい朝飯前だ。
煙幕を求む。
偵察情報が必要だ。頼めるか。 動した。無事でよかった。
We've been spotted.
敵戦艦を発見。ああ、戦うとも。
I need intelligence data.
下がれ、メリーランド。そこは危険だ。
I need intelligence data.
敵駆逐艦を確認。仕掛けるか。敵戦艦を確認。仕掛けるか。
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
戦艦へ頼らせてはくれないか。支援砲撃を頼む。
Concentrate fire on that enemy warship.
敵巡洋艦を発見。ああ、戦うとも。右舷に魚雷発見。うまく避けてくれ。頼もしいな。見事だ。
Concentrate fire on that enemy warship.
味方が優勢だ。指揮官、このまま押し切る。
I need intelligence data. Affirmative.
敵巡洋艦の撃沈を確認。ビッグセブンの力を見たか。まあこんなものだ。
Nice work. I need intelligence data.
下がれ、メリーランド。そこは危険だ。 した。
Concentrate fire on the designated target. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. I
観
need
測機は起動
intelligence
中だ。
data.
無事でよかった。
Requesting support.
敵巡洋艦を発見。ああ、戦うとも。
I need intelligence data.
敵巡洋艦を発見。ああ、戦うとも。 敵戦艦を。 好きにさせない。作戦終了まで残り5分だ。最後まで油断するな。 敵巡洋艦を確認。仕掛けるか。私たちが最後か。大丈夫だ指揮官。私たちがいる限り私たちの時代は終わらない。よくやってくれた。ありがとう。後方に魚雷発見。うまく避けてくれ。 筋こしゃくな。左舷に魚雷発見。うまく避けてくれ。敵駆逐艦を撃沈。指揮官よくやった。正面に魚雷発見。うまく避けてくれ。戦艦の時代は過ぎ。この時を待ちわびていた。全艦このビッグセブンに続け。全ての人を無事母港に帰らせることこそ私の責務だ。どうかよろしく頼む。敵戦艦を確認。仕掛けるか。敵巡洋艦を発見。ああ、戦うとも。無事でよかった。
Stations requesting fire on the designated target. All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Yes. 全艦へ頼らせてはくれないか。支援砲撃を。 頼もしいな。見事だ。敵駆逐艦を確認。仕掛けるか。頼もしいな。見事だ。全艦へ頼らせてはくれないか。支援砲撃を頼む。観測機の発艦が完了した。観測機が起動中だ。無事でよかった。ウエストバージニア、大丈夫か。各艦援護を。頼もしいな。見事だ。 了した。
Attention. Boarding the target position.
観測機が起動中だ。無事でよかった。 作戦終了まで残り5分だ。最後まで油断するな。私たちの勝利が目前だ。急須猫を噛むということもある。油断するな。
At least they boy.
いい戦いだった。奮戦に感謝する。 全艦へ攻撃を集中するぞ。ビッグセブンに続け。 勝利か。もう少し私を褒めてくれないか、指揮官。